Welcome all of you. Welcome to my channel. Here I come with my new video today. And in the previous video, we have started one new chapter, circles. And we are mainly discussed there about tangent properties of circle. And in that video, we have done one theorem as well, right? In this video, I am going to teach you the next theorem. Okay, the next theorem of the topic tangent properties of circle. So what we have in this theorem, let us do this theorem first, and based on this theorem we will do one exercise. So what we have, if two tangents are drawn from an external point to a circle, we know from an external point two tangents can be drawn to a circle, right? Then number one, what we have, the lengths of the two tangents are equal. In number two, what we have, the tangents sustained equal angles at the center. And in the third one, what we have, tangents are equally inclined to the line joining the point and the center of the circle. So let's see here what we have and what we are required to prove. See, from the point P, two tangents are drawn, PA and PB. Okay. So what we are required to prove according to this theorem, that the length of the two tangents, that is PA, must be equals to PB. First one. And in second one, the tangents sustained equal angles at the center. That means this angle must be equals to this angle. And what is the third one? According to this theorem, which we are required to prove, the tangents are equally inclined to the line joining the point. Joining the point means point P and the center of the circle. That means this point. Okay. So the tangents are equally inclined. That means if we join this line, then tangents are equally inclined. That means this angle must be equals to this angle. This is what we are required to prove. So let's prove this. So given what we have, P is an external point to a circle, okay, with center O, and PA and PB are two tangents drawn from point P to the circle. A and B are what? A and B being a point of contact. So what we are required to prove, as I have already told you, that we need to prove PA equals to PB, number one. Number two, this angle must be equals to this angle, that is angle AOP must be equals to angle OBP. Okay. And in the third one, what we have, that this angle must be equals to this angle, that is angle OPA, that means this angle OPA must be equals to OPB. This is what we are required to prove. Now come to proof. So take these two triangles, this one and this one, triangle OAP and triangle OPB. Now what we have in this triangle, can we say OA must be equals to OB, because they are the radii of the same circle, right? We can say OP is equals to OP as they are what? They are common, right? And can we say this angle must be equals to this angle? Both are 90 degree according to the first theorem, right? The reason is here that each equals to 90 degree because the tangent at any point to a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. This is what we know. So now according to rule of right hypotenuse side, we can say these two triangles are congruent, right? Because here we have hypotenuse, this one OP, which are equal because it is common. So right means these two angles are equal. So right hypotenuse and side, these two sides are equal. That is why according to the rule of RHS, we can say those two triangle are congruent. Since these two triangle are congruent, so we can say AP must be equals to BP. AP, right? So we can say that AP must be equals to this BP because they are the corresponding congruent triangles, right? These two angle must be equal and these two angle must be equal, because in two congruent triangles, what we know, the corresponding sides must be equal, the corresponding angles must be equal. Hence proved. So the theorem is proved. So based on that theorem, here we have the exercise from NCERT, exercise 10.2. So let's see how many questions do we have in this exercise. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have overall how many questions? We have 13 questions, okay, in this exercise. So let's do this. Here we have question number 1 on your screen. First question, from a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeter. From a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeter, and the distance of Q from the center is 25 centimeter. What we are required to do? We are required to find the radius of the circle. For this question, you can refer this figure. Here we have, see. So according to that question, what is given? From the point of contact, one point is Q on the tangent, right? So from the point of contact, the length of tangent is given. That means PQ is given according to that question. PQ is given, and the distance of Q from the center, that means OQ is given. And what we are required to find? We are required to find O to P, that is radius of the circle. Now tell me, how do we find radius of that circle? Tell me, of this circle. So here triangle OPQ is a right angle triangle, and OP is what? OP is perpendicular. So what we know, we can apply Pythagoras theorem there. So we can write that radius is equals to hypotenuse square, which means OQ square minus PQ square. We can write this. So see, here we have, so radius is equals to, we can write that radius is equals to O to Q square. OQ means distance of Q from the center, which is 25 centimeter. So 25 square minus 24 square, okay, which is 7 centimeter. Hence option A is correct. Now let's do question number 2. In question number 2, what we have? In figure, if PT and TQ are the two tangents to a circle, so these two are tangents with center O, and this angle is given 110 degree. What we are required to find? We are required to find angle PTQ. PTQ, that means this angle we are required to find. So it is very easy. This angle is given, and we know these two angle, this angle and this angle, according to first theorem, these two angle is, both angle are 90 degree, right? We know this angle TPO and angle TQO, these both are 90 degree. This angle is given. We are required to find this angle, and we know that OPTQ, it is a quadrilateral. So in a quadrilateral, sum of all angle is 360 degree. So this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, and this angle by question 110 degree. So 90 plus 90 plus 110, how much? 180 plus 110, 190, 290. So 360 minus 290 is how much? I think 70 degree. So this angle is 70 degree. You can see the solution. Since TQ and TP are the tangents to a circle with center O, and this angle is given, so we will write, therefore OP is perpendicular to PT and OQ is perpendicular to QT. OP OP is perpendicular to PT. Why they are perpendicular? Because, which I have already told you, it is actually theorem number 1. So since they are both are perpendicular, that is why these two angles are 90 degree. These two angles are 90 degree. Now since this one TPOQ is a quadrilateral, so sum of all angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So here we have angle PTQ, which is 70 degree, which I told you right now. So here we have the next question on your screen, question number 4. So in this question what we have, proved that the tangents drawn at the ends of a diameter of a circle are parallel. What we are required to prove, that tangents at the ends of a diameter of a circle are parallel. See the figure. Here what is PQ? PQ is the diameter of the circle. What are its end? End is P and Q. So if two tangents are drawn from the ends of the diameter, so it will be this one and this one. So what we are required to prove? We are required to prove that these two tangents are parallel to each other. So see, so in the figure we have PQ is the diameter of a given circle with center O. Let AB, see the figure, let AB and CD are the two tangents and they are drawn at the ends of the diameter PQ, right? Now since the tangent at any point to a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact, so we can say that this angle is 90 degree and this angle is also 90 degree according to theorem 1, that tangent and the line through the center and the point of contact both makes 90 degree, we know according to theorem 1. So if these two angles are equal, but we know that these two angles are alternate angles, right? So both are 90 degree, that is why these two angles are equal. So what we can say, but they form a pair of alternate angles. Since they are alternate angles, so we can say therefore AB must be parallel to CD. As they are alternate angles, and where alternate angles work, when two straight lines are parallel to each other, then that is why side AB must be parallel to CD. Okay, not side, tangent AB must be parallel to tangent CD. Done. Question number 5. So what we have in question number 5, prove that the perpendicular at the point of contact to a tangent, prove that the perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to a circle passes through the center. So here we have one circle, you can see, and one tangent is there. Okay, this one. So what we are required to prove, perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent. Here P is the point of contact. So through the point of contact, if you draw perpendicular, that perpendicular must pass through the center of the circle. That is what we are required to prove, right? So let the perpendicular at the point of contact to us to the let perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent does not pass through the center, does not pass through the center. Okay, so let us assume that tangent at the point of contact, perpendicular at the point of contact is not passing through the center of the circle. Let us assume that it is not passing, so it is passing through other point, let it be O dash. Okay, so we can say that O dash P must be perpendicular to tangent PT, because according to this question they are perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular, here it is written perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent, so they are perpendicular. Now I am going to use construction. In construction, join OP. Okay, as OP is radius, so we can say that OP must be perpendicular to PT. Why? Because we know from the first theorem that the radius through the point of contact is perpendicular to the tangent from theorem 1. Okay, reason is given here. So from 1 and 2, here we have condition 1 and here we have condition 2. So from 1 and 2, what we can say? We can say that O dash P and OP are perpendicular to PT, both are perpendicular. How they both become perpendicular to PT? It can only be possible when OP and O dash P coincides, right? How it will possible? When OP and O dash P must coincide each other. So we can say that as only one perpendicular can be drawn from a point on a line, so only one perpendicular can be drawn, not two perpendicular, PO dash or PO. No, only one perpendicular can be drawn, and that perpendicular must pass through O. Hence, perpendicular from the point of contact passes through the center. Proved. Let's do the next sum. A quadrilateral ABCD is drawn to circumscribe a circle. See figure, here we have. And what we are required to prove? We are required to prove that AB plus CD must be equals to AD plus BC. You can see. This is what we are required to prove. AB plus CD equals to AD plus BC. So how are we going to prove? You can see the solution. Now as we know that from point A, you can see from point A two tangents are drawn, this one and this one, AP and AS. So according to the theorem which I have discussed from the beginning of this video, that from external point if two tangents are drawn, then the length of that two tangents are equal. So we can say AP must be equals to AS. You can see. Similarly, we can say BP must be equals to BQ. Then CR, this one CR must be equals to CQ, right? And dr must be equals to ds. We can write. Now according to the proof what we have in LHS, you can see we have AB plus CD. What we have? We have AB plus CD. So add AB plus CD. AB plus CD. Now in place of AB, can we write AP plus BP? We can write, because AB is the sum of A to P and P to B, right? So we can write this. Similarly, in place of CD, we can write CR plus RD, right? Now we know as AP and AS both are equal, so in place of AP, in place of this AP, we can write AS as they are equal. Similarly, in place of PB, we can write PQ. In place of CR, we can write CQ as both are equal. And in place of RD, we can write RDS, right? Now, rearrange this one. AS, here we have AS, so AS must be added with SD. So keep AS plus DS together and BQ plus CQ together. So AS plus SD is actually AD, and BQ plus QC is equals to BC, hence proved. So let's do the next one. Here we have on your screen. Here figure is given, and what we have in figure, these two tangents are parallel tangents to the circle with center O, and one another tangent is there, tangent AB, you can see at the point C. Okay, and see what we have here at the point C intersecting xy. So this tangent at the point C intersecting xy at the point A and x dash y dash at the point B, it is given. What we are required to prove? We are required to prove this angle is 90 degree. Angle AOB is 90 degree. Okay. So what we have here as given. So these two tangents are parallel to each other. Okay. One another tangent is there at the point C which intersect xy at A and x dash yz at B. xy and x dash yz both are parallel. What we are required to prove? We are required to prove this angle is 90 degree. So for that we are going to take help of construction. Okay. So we are going to take help from construction. So for that join OC, okay, OP and OQ. Now take these two triangle, this triangle and this triangle. As we have already discussed that that two triangles which I marked right now, this one and this one, they are congruent, actually congruent triangles, right? Where we have discussed this at the time when we are proving the theorem, right? These two triangles are actually congruent triangles. How they are congruent? As OP is common side, right? And as we know that AP is tangent, so we can say this angle, right, this angle is equals to this angle, both are 90 degree. Okay, and OP is common, sorry, OA is common. How I have done? See, we can say that AP is equals to AC, since from external point we know when two tangents are drawn they must be equal, that is why they are equal. Okay, PO must be equals to OC because they are the radii of the same circle. Now AO is equals to AO because they are common. So we can say by side criteria that these two triangle are congruent. So in that case we can say angle 1 must be equals to angle 2. This angle must be equals to this angle. Similarly, we can say that these two angles are also equal. Angle 3 must be equals to angle 4. We can say that because they are the two tangents actually drawn from the point B. So they are equal, we can say. Now see, now what we can write? See, these two are parallel tangents and AB is transversal, right? So we know that interior angles from the same side of the transversal, that means these two angles, sum of interior angles in the same side of the transversal is 180 degree. This is the property. So we can write those two angles, that angle APB plus angle QBA is equals to 180 degree. Why? Sum of interior angles on the same side of transversal. Okay. Now angle APB, angle PAB, see the figure, angle PAB, this one, this full angle PAB. So here we have already proved that angle 1 is equals to angle 2, both angle are equal. So in place of angle PAB, can we write twice of angle 1 or twice of angle 2? So twice of angle 2 plus similarly twice of angle 3 is 180 degree. So angle 2 plus angle 3 is 90 degree. Now see the figure. So angle 2, why we have taken twice of 2, why not twice of 3? Because see this triangle, triangle AOB. In triangle AOB, now we can say that angle 2 plus angle 3 is 90 degree. So if this two angle is 90 degree, then what is left? This angle must be 90 degree, because sum of three angles in a triangle is 180 degree. That is why. So see what we have. So angle 2 plus angle 3 is 90 degree. That is why we can say angle AOB is equals to 90 degree. Hence proved. Now let's do the last sum. Here we have, second last. So what we have, a triangle ABC is drawn. You can see triangle is there, triangle ABC. Circumscribe a circle of radius. So see, within the triangle we have one circle whose radius is 4 centimeter, and these two length are given 6 centimeter and 8 centimeter. Now what we are required to find? We are required to find what is the length of sides AB and AC. So we are required to find the length of sides AB and AC. So how we are going to do this? This one. So first of all, let us consider the two tangents, tangent AB and AC, intersect the circle or touches the circle at the point E and F. Okay. Now join OA, OB, OC, OF, OE, join all this. Now here which property we will use? We know from external point, if two tangents are drawn, that two tangents must be equal. So from point B, two tangents are BE and PD. So they must be equal. Similarly from point C, C to D and C to F, they must be equal. From point A to F and A to E, they must be equal. This is what I have written here. You can see. And from A to E or A to F, I have taken that length as x. You can see the figure, x centimeter, x centimeter. This is what I have written, and I have given the reason also, that since length of two tangents from an external point to a circle are equal. Now done. Now see, so from the figure, if I want to find area of triangle ABC, area of triangle ABC, so can I say area of full triangle ABC is equals to area of this triangle, this one, area of this triangle, and area of this one, right? So sum of areas of all these three triangles, triangle AOB, triangle OBC, and triangle AOC, give you area of triangle ABC. This is what I have written here. Equation 1. Now we know what is the formula to find area of triangle ABC. To find area of any triangle, we know this formula, that root over S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, right? So here sides are given in terms of numbers or in terms of x. So see, I've used that. By using the formula, we have this. Now if I want to find area of triangle OAB, area of triangle OAB, this you can see. If I want to find area of this triangle, so what I can write? Half of, here we have height OE. So when we height in a triangle, when we have altitude in a triangle, what is the formula to find area? Half into base into height. So here half into base is this one, into height this one, 4 centimeter. So by using that formula, we have the respective areas, you can see. Now all the three areas are known in terms of x. Now I can use equation number 1, this one. So put all the areas in equation 1. So we will have this. And after solving, doing squaring both side and all, you can see we have the values of x as minus 14 and 7. So minus 14 is not acceptable as length can never be negative. So x is 7 centimeter. So now we know what is the value of x. Now we can find what is the value of AB and AC. So AB is 15 centimeter and AC is 13 centimeter. Done. So let's do the last one. So in the last one, what we have? Prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle sustain supplementary angles at the center of the circle. Prove that the opposite sides of the quadrilateral, here we have the quadrilateral ABC, so these two are the opposite sides. Now if I ask you, sides AB make, now tell me which angle side AB makes with center. You will say this, sir. With this center, side AB make this angle, this one. Similarly, if I ask you what is the angle made by the side CD with the center, you will say this one, sir. Join this one. So according to this theorem, what we are required to prove, that these two angles are supplementary. So opposite sides, if I take AB and CD, then these two angle, and if I take this one AD and BC, then these two angle are supplementary. Supplementary means if I add this angle plus this angle, I will get 180 degree, or if I add this angle plus this angle, I will get 180 degree. This is what you are required to prove. So let's do this. So first of all, I must say that these two triangles, this triangle and this triangle, they both are congruent. How they are congruent, which is already shown from the beginning of this video, how they are congruent, right? Or there is another method how they are congruent, as AP must be equals to AS, O to A is common, these two sides are equal because they are representing the same radii of the same circle, right? That is why. So since these two triangle is congruent, so we can say angle 1 must be equals to angle 8. Similarly, angle 2 must be equals to angle 3. Angle 4 must be equals to angle 5. Angle 6 must be equals to angle 7. See, this is what we have. Now, by adding all these 8 angles, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, what we will get? We will get 360 degree, right? So we have 360 degree. Now, as we know that angle 1 and angle 8 both are equal. Angle 1 and angle 8 both are equal. So angle 1 plus angle 8, this angle 8. So in that place we can write twice of angle 1. Similarly, angle 2 and angle 3 both are equal. So we can write twice of angle 2. Both are equal, that is why twice of angle 2. Similarly, angle 4 and angle 5 is equal, right? So we can write twice of angle, see here, angle 4 and angle 5 both are equal, so twice of angle 5 we can write, and we can write since angle 6 and angle 7 both are equal, so we can write twice of angle 6, and after taking 2 common, and bringing that 2 to RHS, it will divide 360 degree and it will become 180 degree. Now angle 1 plus angle 2, see angle 1 plus angle 2. Similarly, see angle 6 plus angle 5, which I already told you what we are required to prove, this angle plus this angle. So angle 1 plus angle 2 means angle AOB. Similarly, angle 6 plus angle 5 is angle COD. Now see, by adding these two angles, we have 180 degree. That means that two angles are supplementary. Similarly, we can show that this angle, this full angle plus this angle is 180 degree. That means angle AOD plus angle BOC is 180 degree. So this is all about exercise 10.2. So we have finished this exercise and we have finished this section circles from NCERT and that tangent properties of the circles. Right? Now your task is to do all the sums which I have done or which I have not done by yourself, and if you will find any difficulties, don't hesitate to ask me. Okay? Thank you for watching.